We are about to go to the gym for a quad leg day focus, but to keep the trend of going about your diet, what I usually do, like a mistake that I used to make was before going to the gym, I hated feeling like I had stuff in my stomach or like feeling bloated or whatever it is. So like I wouldn't eat before I would go to the gym. That is a humongous mistake, don't do that. So what you can do though, is you should get like a very quick carb in so your body can digest that extremely quick. So when you don't go to the gym, you feel like you have energy, you have stuff in your body, like it's just better for you to do that way. So pretty much what I do, this is my go-to pre-workout snack. This is literally just rice cakes, banana, some honey, and sometimes I'll put some Himalayan sea salt on there just for like sodium it just makes you even the pump even more crazier. But you don't have to do Himalayan sea salt, you can do just this and you'll be fine. Like I said, this is gonna be a very quick digesting meal for you to go to before the gym, like 30-45 minutes before you eat. So when you go to the gym, you have energy. Then obviously, I pair that with my supplements. This is the Miami Vice and the Peach Pump. These are my favorite flavors, the pre-workout and the pump. Sponsored by Alpha Line, so if you want to support me, code LEAK, 15% off. But yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna eat this meal, get my pre ready, and then I will see you guys at the gym for leg day. Let's get it, baby. All right, so I am at the gym. So I'm actually at my school gym today. So like we're not at Power Bird or Fusion. Sumer, you can get in here if you want to say what's up. So this is my boy Sumer. We're in law school together. But basically he's starting to get into the gym and stuff like that. So like we're working out and whatnot. But we have leg day today. So I'm about to start up with leg extensions, and pretty much why I'm doing that is like similar to how when I do like my back workouts, like my chest workouts, is like it's a pre-exhaust pretty much. Like what you want to do is like, especially for your leg days, because like if you're squatting and stuff like that, you're bending, you want to like get like your knee flexibility warmed up as well in consideration to like your muscles and stuff like that. So we're not only sending blood into our muscles, but also warming our knees up to get ready for like a nice leg day. So I usually start with like leg extension, nothing crazy, getting the muscles warmed up, whatever, and then I'll go to a hamstring, and then we'll go into our first main movement, which is going to be a squat. So yeah, let's get right into it. Put the camera literally intentionally at that angle so you guys can see the form that I'm going down with. Again, you want to be sitting back with your butt pushing off your heels, not really your toes. And yeah, I'm working up to my top sets right now, so still like trying to get like in that 6 to 8 range, and then probably for my working sets we'll be in like the 5 range just about. And I usually do like 3 to 4 sets of that depending on how I feel. So we'll see, I don't know. So pretty much I'm gonna try to get this for like probably like 5 to 6, 3 or 4 sets of it, and then we'll do some back off sets, and then we'll go on to some Bulgarian split squats. But yeah, like I was saying, like, oh, also these, having sleeves bro for your knees, like I never really did it before, but like since I've started wearing them when I'm doing my leg days, it actually does feel a lot better the next day. So protect yourself, protect your body. But yeah, let's get into this set. That just popped into my mind because we just did this set, but when you're doing your squats or whatever, bro, like when you get under the weight, make sure like you're engage your back a little bit. Like don't just hop into the rack and then like your shoulders are like this, because then that weight's just like sitting on your spine, bro. Like, but if you squeeze your traps a little bit, you almost rest the barbell or that weight on that trap right there. Like look, if you feel that, like you're like resting the weight there, as opposed to just feel that difference like right there. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So like that's how some people when they squat like, ah, like this is getting sore. But if you squeeze your traps a little bit, almost like when we go back and go that squeeze. If you squeeze right there, rest the weight on that instead of just letting it rest like on your spine or whatever. Another tip. Get into the drop sets now. So again, similar to how we were doing it with the machines, like when you start lightening that weight, you really want to start focusing on your form. Because the weight's lighter anyway. So usually for my drop sets, I'll do more reps. So for the working sets, we were in like the 5 to 6 range for these, dude. Like, I want to try to get into the more like 8 to 10, depending. Like, the lower the weight you go, the more you want to try to do. At the same time, again, trying to maintain your form. Yeah, let's get into this. Yeah, all right, we're gonna get that to, it was good meeting you, bro. I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate you. All right, Brody.
What's your name, bro? Super. Nice to meet you, bro.
All right, so always like, after I do like a squat or like a Smith squat or anything like that, because this is a quad focus day, I'll go right into Bulgarians. And again, everything we do, man, focus on your form. Like, I can't stress that enough. If you don't feel the muscle that you're training, then you're not training correctly. So the kind of just the instructions with the Bulgarians, bro, is like, you wanna put your front foot out a little bit, and then your back foot should always remain like straight. Like, you don't want to be bending or whatever. Keep that straight. Try to keep all that tension on your quad. And yeah, let's get into it. Another thing that you could do that might be helpful for these too, because we're focusing on our quad. If you, so say you come down, you come down like your front knee goes to a 90-degree angle. When you come up, don't go all the way back up to where you're like if you're like this bent with your knee, don't come up to you're always like this. Kind of stop before you get there. And what that's gonna do is gonna maintain that tension right on your quad. Like, it's not gonna go anywhere. You don't have to, but just another thing, like if your goal is to really fry your quads, bro, dog. As you see, I am dead. The boys are dying, man. They're dying. Ooh, damn. Woo. Good God. The things you do, Sumer, to look cool. Just to look cool. Nothing else. To look sick. Damn. Workout interview with Sumer. First leg day. How you feeling?
Dude, I'm dead, bro.
What's been the hardest so far for you?
Definitely these, bro. Finishing with split squats, bro.
Yeah, the Bulgarians suck, but it's good for you, right?
Yeah,
it's good for you. So that's one of the. That's pretty much like those are my two main quad movements. Is like the squat and like Bulgarians. If they had like a hack squat, we may do that sometimes. We go out to a different gym.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna be one of the two main quad movements. Now we're on to some machines, maybe some RDLs. And yeah, you ready?
No.
Good, let's get it. That's good. That is good. Good. We're literally trying to go down the stairs right now. Oh.
About to fall forward, bro.
I know, bro. I feel like my jaws is buckling right now and all that. Oh my God. I'm literally in pain. All right, so bro, my stomach is cramping. Holy moly. So we're on to these hip abduction machines. Don't neglect these. I know a lot of people make fun of them and stuff like that, but even for the guys, it's important, bro. Make sure you do these. So usually, bro, with all my machines, I usually do like 4 to 5 sets of it. Maybe 20 reps. And then like once you get to a certain point, you could drop it and then just take it towards failure. Again, machines are so vital, bro, because you can really just focus on what muscle you're trying to work on and take it to absolute failure. So we're gonna grind these out. Let's get right into it. So yeah, we're about to do a hamstring machine, and then I'll probably finish up with like some quad extensions. But nothing crazy, bro. Like, this is like in the same theme of the video when we're setting up our diet. Like, your workouts don't have to be anything crazy, bro. If you're doing like the same workouts, but like your intensity is there, where you're like really pushing yourself in those last reps, where you're like getting near failure, or you're trying to push past failure, or you got somebody with you, you're gonna grow, you're gonna start getting the results that you want. But it's like when you're coming in the gym every single day and you're not trying as hard, you're not pushing yourself, and you have no right to complain about not looking the way that you want to. So make sure when you're coming in here, bro, like you're trying, you're pushing yourself in whatever you're doing. Obviously having somebody there to help push through stuff is beneficial, but that's not always the case. You're not always going to have somebody there to push you and to motivate you and to make you want to train hard in the gym. Like, you have to have that in yourself. So yeah, we're going to finish up on these machines and see you guys very soon. All right, so let's get into dinner. So pretty much like lunch and like breakfast, I eat pretty much the same thing for dinner. So I'm just gonna go through that, and then I'll sit down and I'll have a conversation with you guys about some of the mistakes that I've made with my diet in the past that might be beneficial for you guys. I'll break down what I'm doing with my dinner and why I'm eating the things that I usually do. It's pretty simple. I know that when you're getting into dieting and stuff like that, it can seem like pretty daunting because it seems like there's so many things that you can't do, so many things that you can't eat. But you can really simplify it if you just keep it catered towards what you want and your goals. So yeah, let's get into dinner, and then I'll see you guys when we sit down to eat. Okay, so dinner is done, so we're gonna have a little bit of a conversation about dieting. I know a lot of people, like I said, in the beginning of trying to diet and trying to change your body, it can be extremely hard with how many calories should you be eating, should you be weighing your food, should you be doing all these things that you're reading on Google. I just want to start by saying, relax, take a breath. Your diet should be completely based on your lifestyle and the goals that you have. So if you're someone that wants to look incredibly lean, you want to have this perfect physique, then your diet's going to have to be pretty serious, where you're going to have to take care of everything that you're putting in your body. If you're doing this for just general health and you want to just look okay, you know, you don't want to look like you're ready to step on a bodybuilding stage, which is okay, then you can have a diet that can fluctuate a little bit more, which is okay as well. So I think the first things when you're trying to get into dieting is to establish what are my goals and how are those, and what lifestyle am I going to have to maintain in order to get to those goals. Because what you can do, you can mess yourself up mentally, where like if you have these insane goals that you want to reach, but the work ethic that to get there, you're not really applying. So you're going to start to doubt yourself. You're going to start to say, oh, maybe I can't do it. I don't have the ability to do it and all this stuff. But that's not really the case. It's just I'm not working hard enough to get to where I say I want to be, which is a very real conversation that you have to have with yourself when you get into this journey of losing weight and changing your life. Like, a lot of the things that I talk about are more so not just about the gym and losing weight or becoming healthier, but this is applying it to life. Whatever goals that you have to be willing to maintain that lifestyle that comes with it and work every single day to get there. So what I've learned with dieting is one of the first things that you kind of have to understand is like, you have to establish a diet that is going to work for you. Are you somebody that likes to eat in the morning but they don't like to eat in the night? Are you someone that likes to eat in the midday but you don't like to eat in the morning? It's hard to follow someone else's diet plan because it's not structured towards you. So when you're learning a diet and you're just getting into it, try to like have a little bit of wiggle room with like how you're going to go about it. Don't feel like you have to lock yourself into a certain amount of calories or a certain amount of food or a specific amount of food. Just kind of go through the motions for a little bit and see what you're comfortable with, and then from there we'll begin to take a next step to being like, okay, like how much protein are we getting, how many carbs are we getting, how much fats are we getting. I think when you come to that, the most important macro that I think is going to be your protein intake. So in your diet, you don't want to starve yourself, right? I think this is a humongous mistake that you think when you're dieting that you cannot eat food. That is not the case. Your protein intake should always remain consistent or almost add even more once you start drawing back calories. What you want to do essentially is you want to start eating a gram of protein for every lean muscle mass on your body. So pretty much what that means is if someone's 400 pounds or 300 pounds, you're not going to tell them, hey, go eat 400 grams of protein a day. That's outrageous. No, what you want to do is you're going to tell them if you're 200 pounds, right? Say you have about 160 body weight that's just lean muscle. So you want to be eating 160 grams of protein every single day, around there. Or you could eat more if you want to, but at least try to get to that minimum of lean muscle mass is what I would tell you to do. And then like I said, try that for a little bit, try eating that amount of protein, see what your weight is looking like. This is all going to be a learning process. Your weight is going to fluctuate. Kind of take a look at like, I'm eating this and my weight went up, so I'm going to draw back on this. I didn't eat this and my weight dropped a little too quick, so I'm going to eat more food. And you kind of play with it like that. Establishing a diet, like the main thing truly is doing something that works for you, that you are comfortable with doing. This is going to be something that is super specific to me. I personally stay away from red meats, as in I stay away from beef and stuff like that. I've always preferred white meat, so like I'll do chickens, I'll do ground turkeys, but that's also just how I was raised. So that's what I've done in my process, that I've done a lot of chicken and rice, a lot of ground turkey and rice, and then you can season that all types of ways, which makes it taste a little different, but it's just gonna, you know, it's supposed to do the thing. This is also something that's, going off that, this is probably something that's extremely important in the terms of tasting with diet. A lot of people say like, oh, I can't diet, like I can't imagine eating that stuff at the same day. You kind of almost have to switch your mentality a little bit when you get into this dieting and like trying to put things in your body that are going to benefit it. No, it is not going to taste like a great soda or pizza or whatever it may be. So you kind of have to adjust the mindset of just being like, no, the food may not taste as good, but the return on that is that your body is getting all the nutrients and things that it needs to look the way that you want it to. So you're almost eating for fuel, and this is not to say that you can't eat foods that aren't super good for your body, because to maintain a healthy mental, I think at times, yes, you should 100% eat those things, but when you start dieting, understand that this is, you kind of have to adopt the mindset of just being like, this is what I do now. Something some people are probably going to ask, how can I deal with snacking or eating things that I shouldn't? This is kind of my take on that I think is super easy. I am a snacker. I love to snack throughout the day, grabbing like this or that, whatever. Completely normal. What I would do is try to find healthier alternatives to have in your pantry or your fridge or whatever it may be. So when you do have those snacking moments, when you go grab something, it's like a banana, or when you go grab something that's like an organic rice cake or something like that. It's nothing wrong with snacking. If you're not trying to be a bodybuilder and you're not trying to step on, my rice is done. Okay. If you're not trying to be a bodybuilder and you're not about to step on stage, you do not have to trip out so much about your calories or what you're doing. So just try to find healthier alternatives in your house and then just like put them in there. If you are trying to track your calories and you're trying to track your macros and you're trying to be super serious about your diet, I personally use the MyFitnessPal app. You could download that in the App Store, and pretty much what that is going to be able to do is you could put like however many calories that you want to do, and then to get that number, like an accurate number, you could go online, like Google like calorie for like your weight calculator, calculate that for like what it is if you're looking to gain weight, what if you're looking to lose weight, put that into the app, and from there they're going to give you like a rough estimate of like how much protein you should be taking, carbs and fats. And then you can log your food throughout the day, and you can kind of see your body, how your body reacts that way as well. Like there's times if I am tracking where like I can see pretty much what I'm eating throughout the day, and then I'm also tracking my weight, so I can see like if I ate this on Monday and I was heavier on Tuesday, then maybe if I eliminate that, maybe it could change up a little bit. And you kind of just play with it that way. So like your diet and your weight, they kind of go just like this, they play off of each other. It took me almost 6 months before I really started seeing some type of change in my bodies, and that's perfectly normal and it's okay. Everybody's body is differently. Like you may lean out in your legs before you lean up top. I know a lot of people are like, Lo, I want to see my abs. That takes time. They're going to come, but it just takes time. So understand that this is a process. Be patient, it's going to come. Just be healthy, and then after I said, at some point, if you want to take that next step where you're tracking your calories, your food, or whatever it may be, that's perfectly fine. But I just don't want you guys to adopt a negative mindset that goes with food, where like you feel like you need to starve yourself, or you can't allow yourself to eat things. If you're not trying to be a bodybuilder, bro, you can go eat the things that you want to eat. Just do everything in moderation.